Hey everybody, back again with another Vinyl Finds. First thing I just wanted to mention really quick here, if you haven't had a chance to submit for the 100 subscribers, make sure you do that. I'm going to kind of close that out here. I'll probably tomorrow morning I'll tally up everybody who's entered in there, and we'll pull some names and give some stuff away. So I appreciate everybody's videos. Very flattered by a lot of the conversations and the things that we've had, and it's been a little bit enlightening for me, which is always good. So a little bit of a somber tone today for record shopping. The first place that I went to is the place I always go to, and they open at 10 o'clock, so I kind of go there early, and then as the other stores open at noon and all that, I kind of start going around the city to those ones. But when I went in there, the owner was like, "You're a little early," and I was like, "Oh," and they were like reorganizing sort of their This Just In section, and it's kind of a bummer because there was some good stuff, don't get me wrong, and I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be upset because I get like amazing scores, but it was just like the one day you'll hear it happen. So anyhow, so I'm like going through the records, and like every so often the guy would be like, "Hey, I put some new stuff, go up there and look at it," and I kind of go through it because he'd always want to make sure I got some the good records. So it definitely takes care of me. This guy just walks in and he's like, "Hey, do you have Sweetheart of the Rodeo by the Byrds?" And I have a later copy of it, like a 70s sort of, the second, and then when they redid it again. And the owner guy's like flicking through the stuff that he eventually would put out later on when I was there. He pulls out Sweetheart of the Rodeo, and it's like an original pressing of it. And I was just, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, this is an original with the 360 sound." And I was just like, dagger to the heart. So can't get all the good records all the time. It's you know what it is. You've had those days before. So people just get right out from under you. So usually I'm pretty good. Usually it's I think I'm probably the one that's doing that for everybody else. But today it kind of whatever. It is what it is. And then the second part of the trip, I went to a record store that I used to go to there all the time, and I just haven't. They're on sort of an opposite side of the city from me. I moved, so where it was, it's still in the same place obviously, but where I was, it was easier for me to get there. And now there's construction going out there, so what should probably take 20 minutes to get out there is easily 45 minutes now with traffic and detours and whatnot. So sometimes it's just better not to go. But I went today because I needed like the plastic sleeves and the paper inner sleeves, because they're one place that they you can go in and you can buy 500 plastic sleeves. They sell the boxes for the 7 inches and all that. I bought 7 boxes all at one time there, and they add them. So, which is it's pretty cool. So I kind of mixed these records in together because I didn't want to kind of say which ones were from which, but their prices were a little more than, I imagine they haven't changed. It's just my kind of shopping habits have, I guess. So I used to get pretty choice records there, and I would play I'd probably pay maybe $8 to $10 for some records for good stuff. But like now it's like I can probably get those same records for $5 at the other place. If I'm paying $10 for a record there, it's something very, very good. And they had a copy of like the Blues Magoos, kind of, I think it's, let's see, probably their third, or it's some album that they put in like the 70s, which I've never seen before. And it was $20, and I was just like, I can't pay $20 for this record, so I put it back. So I don't know, just things like that. Hey, if they sit on records for a while, then that's what they do. So if they own the record store, I don't. So, but it's just kind of rough to see that. So we'll go through these pretty quickly here. So here's the Yardbirds, Roger the Engineer. This is a 80s pressing of it. It's got the 80s Epic label, not the yellow one. So if this was an original, it would be actually over, under, sideways, down. So, but cool to find this. This was in very, very good shape, and usually with the textured covers, usually dirt, kind of a dirt tune, but definitely very white in coloration. So very cool to find that. Did not have that. This one by Pacific Gas and Electric. I believe this is their second album. Definitely a really cool band. I believe they were from Chicago, I want to say. I can't remember offhand. But I have one other album of theirs, so it was definitely cool to find this. So And this was actually for the missus, but if anybody can tell me, is this how this is supposed to be? It's TRex. It's the actual album TRex from 1971. I mean, to me that just seems very weird that that's how the packaging is. So I don't know if maybe it should be like that. That kind of makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that kind of just broke off. I don't know. Anybody give me a heads up? Tell me how this is supposed to be. I have a feeling it's supposed to be like this. Kind of makes sense, but no, it doesn't go that way because what the heck? Maybe it's a digipack like that. I don't know. I don't know. Anybody give me a heads up if you have this album? How the heck is this thing supposed to go? I think it maybe just deteriorated from being maybe the glue on or something. I don't know. Whatever. So the T-Rexes, that was kind of their first album, I think, after Beard of Stars. First album as T-Rex instead of Tyrannosaurus Rex. Talking about birds and Graham Parsons and all that. Here's the Grievous Angel. And that's on the Reprise label, so very cool to find that. There's Jungle Marmalade by the Lemon Pipers. This was their follow-up to Green Tambourine. I'm not really expecting too much on this one, but this was just in immaculate condition. So we got the disc washer rice paper sleeve. Phil Spector. Early productions. This is from 58 to 61. I think somebody must have turned in their collection of stuff because there's a lot of the stuff sort of where the guy kind of wrote on it, or woman. We won't be gender specific, but it's on the Rhino labels. Yeah, see, this is why I buy the paper sleeves, because there's nothing in there. I didn't mean to flick you off, but so very cool. I like all of Phil Spector's stuff, so that was a cool find for $5. Nathan was talking about this on one of the comments. Revolution. This is actually on Netflix if you want to watch it. It's only like an hour and a half long. It's a soundtrack. Silver Messenger Service, Steve Miller Band, and Mother Earth. Only 8 songs on here. I mean, Ace of Cups, a girl group from San Francisco, they were in the movie, but they're not on the soundtrack. So I don't know what that's all about. It's a weird sort of a documentary about LSD and kind of what the flower power generation was kind of after, and all the trials and tribulations that kind of go along with it. But I don't know, kind of an interesting movie. Definitely, I don't know, to look back at it in retrospect, it's kind of strange. So, Earl O. Swab showed this the other day. Savoy Brown looking in. I think also Benny UK. Yeah, they found an original Decca pressing. So. They're actually in town. I think they're playing at there's a kind of a outdoor concert venue thing. They're going to be playing. It's a free concert, so I think that's actually tonight. So I'll have to look that up and see, because I might go to that. So that was a cool find. This one is Macondo, and this is actually produced by Sergio Mendes. So it's pretty cool, like kind of a psychedelic progressive rock kind of sound. It's from 72, so you can kind of, you can kind of tell which end of the, psych prog side it's on. Probably more prog than psych, but from what I heard, a lot of wah-wah guitars and things like that. So that was cool to find. Duster Bennett, Justa Duster. So this is on the Blue Horizon label. So produced by Mike Vernon. Did a lot of the early Fleetwood Mac albums. So the blues Fleetwood Mac. Peter Green kind of incarnation. So this is pretty cool. I don't know too much about this, but from what I listened, it sounded pretty cool. So kind of like a blues kind of sound to it. Bright Lights, Big City is a cover Jimmy Reed song on here. So again, another one pretty cool. This is very strange, one of those strange finds. It's called Muff. Ludwig and the Classics. It's on the Imperial label. So I don't know if Kim Fowley had a hand in this or not, but it's produced by Bruce Botnick, which he did some of the Doors stuff. So I think for Elektra. So it sounds pretty cool. It kind of has the wall of sound kind of feel to it, like the Jackie DeShannon. So I'm assuming it's the same session musicians that kind of did that. She of course was on Imperial as well. So very cool, very interesting. It was only $5. And the last 3, sort of a bit of a Grateful Dead fan. They probably won't come across. Sorry, I almost dropped a lot of records there. Probably doesn't really come across in the videos because I have a lot of this stuff on vinyl, so it's not something I'm, actively buying. But didn't have this one. Grateful Dead at the Mars Hotel. Now if you hold that upside down and in the mirror, I believe it says Ugly Rumors. You can see the Ugly Rumors. So that's definitely a cool one. I love this album. US Blues, Scarlet Begonias, what else is on here? Pride of Cucamonga, Ship of Fools, China Doll. Oh, so good. So definitely, you know, from 74. So from 72 to about 76, I think, you know, the Grateful Dead were unstoppable. Bob Weir's solo album. I showed that Ace. I got that a couple of videos back. Here's another one. This is just the one, the Garcia album. Produced by John Kahn, which I believe he played, either it was drums or bass, I can't remember offhand. If you remember the live adventures of Mike Bloomfield and Al Cooper, John Kahn and Skip Prokop were the rhythm section, so I don't remember who played what. But this has a lot of covers on it. You know, When the Hunter Gets Captured by the Game, He Ain't Give You None, of course, that Van Morrison song. Let It Rock, Let's Spend the Night Together. So very cool. It's on Rounder Records. So I like the big fan of, like I said, Grateful Dead and Jerry Garcia stuff. So, and another one here, Jerry Garcia. I believe this is from '76, but I mean, there it is. It's pretty much the whole entire Grateful Dead lineup: Jerry Garcia, Bob Weir, Phil Lesh, Keith Gaucho, Donna, Bill, Mickey, Nicky Hopkins. So, you know, very cool. So. Comes a Time is on here, which, you know, I think that's a Neil Young cover, right? So still some cool stuff. Very excited about these. These were just stone mint, so very cool finds. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again sometime. So take care.